Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Jan's driven down from Otaki this morning, having seen a lovely film. And what's it called? Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. Good morning, Jan.
That's right. Good morning, Nigel.
Yes. I was a bit rude, saying you have the best job. You work 24 hours a day picking tomatoes.
Yes, 7 days a week.
Yeah,
never mind. But today, my husband's at the golf tournament up in Otaki, the Kevin Crombie Memorial Tournament.
Good,
so he's doing that.
Be the first break you've had.
For St John's. Yes. So I thought, if he's at golf, I might shout myself another movie today. It's not one for work. This is one for me.
One for you.
But one that was reviewed by Gail a
good.
couple of weeks back.
Yeah, sure.
The one, Finding Your Feet.
Yes.
Sounds really good.
Good on you.
A lot of fun.
I'm glad you can do that because you do work hard. How's those tomatoes looking?
Oh, yes, they're going well still.
Are they?
Yeah, we'll keep going with those till at least July.
Right.
So,
This cold weather doesn't hurt?
Yeah, well, a little bit, but, they still carry on.
Good on you.
No,
well done.
It's all good.
All right, so Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. Never heard about this one.
Well, it's an intriguing title, and, it's actually a tragic love story. It's a true story, based on a true story. It's been directed by Paul McGugan, and I looked up some of his films he's directed, and this seems very different to his usual genre of films, thriller, dramas and so on. This is a very sensitive, touching love story, and he did it magnificently. It's based on Peter Turner's 1984 memoir, and the film follows the playful but passionate relationship between Turner, who's played by Jamie Bell, and you may remember him from Billy Elliot back in 2000.
Yes,
a young 14-year-old, and he actually won a BAFTA for Best Actor.
Goodness.
So it's that relationship between Turner and the eccentric Academy Award-winning Hollywood actress Gloria Graham. Now, I don't know if you remember Gloria Graham. I hadn't actually heard of her, but she's played by Annette Bening beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. They show some of the black and white films that she was in, and she's just has adopted her mannerisms, the little wink, click, click of the cheek thing,
right,
beautifully. So it's set in the time it took place, starting in 1978 in Liverpool. So what begins as a vibrant affair between a legendary femme fatale and her young lover, because there's a 29 age gap between, obviously, he's the young man, it rapidly grows into a far deeper and very loving relationship. It's a beautifully crafted film, a pure delight which captivates not only with the outstanding performances by Bening and Bell, and of course that British national treasure, Julie Walters, who she plays Peter Turner's mother. And there's also a one-scene cameo with Vanessa Redgrave playing Gloria's mother, back in California when he goes over there to meet the family, who pleads with young Peter, do us a favour, don't marry Gloria. Even if she begs it, it would be so embarrassing. Which is a stark contrast to Peter's family, who welcomed Gloria with open arms into their hearts and home. They actually take Gloria in when she goes back to England when she is dying. As we know, I don't want to be a plot spoiler here, but it is that short time frame that they're together, 3.5 years, because of her cancer, which she tries to hide from everybody, but until it becomes a point where it's obvious.
Yes.
Despite being from different worlds and at the opposite ends of their careers, Peter being a young, aspiring Liverpudlian thespian, and Gloria a fading Hollywood starlet who's desperately trying to hang on to her career. She's working now in live theatre, and that's how she meets Peter when she's in Liverpool working in theatre. It just works. From the moment they met, through an open doorway of the boarding house where Peter is lodging, and also Gloria. So he sees her in front of a mirror, sort of play acting, dancing, such a vibrant, charismatic woman. He's just captivated from that moment. And when she realises, you're the boy next door, well, that makes me the girl next door. And then she invites him in. She offers him a drink and says, look, I need a dancing partner for my dance classes. If I make you a drink, will you dance with me? And he says, look, if you give me a drink, he said, I'll clean your bathroom. So there's that kind of relationship that just goes on.
Did he have dancing skills?
Oh, wonderful. Oh, there's this wonderful scene because it's the time of disco dancing. They've discussed the film Saturday Night Fever. And he does all the Travolta moves, and she says, "Oh, he was so miscast. Putting Travolta, you should have been in."
Yes,
It's just wonderful. And of course, we know him as a dancer as well as an actor. So to see that, it was
fantastic.
It just captivated me
Yes.
from the start, as it did the rest of the audience. There's one particular scene which I won't talk about because it's so poignant, and it's something she's always wanted to do.
Right.
It just had everyone in tears. You could have heard a pin drop in the theatre. Everybody was just in awe of their performance.
That's what you go to films for, isn't it?
I do. I go there to have a good cry. I've got a stack of hankies in my bag.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it's worth going to see by the sounds.
It is absolutely worth going to see. I actually watched an interview of the real actor, Peter, and he talked about his very short time, 3.5 years with Gloria. And she was a woman, he said, ahead of her time. She was right into women's rights and human rights, political equality, gay rights, all that sort of thing, way back, 50s and so on.
So what age was she when she died?
She would have only been about 58.
Oh, right. Yeah.
58, I was sort of trying to work that out. But but he said there was such an edginess and rawness about her, She was kind of likened to the other young blonde actress of the time, the one who had an affair with the president, they said. Didn't name names.
No, that's right.
106.3 Beach FM.